Hey y'all, so per usual, morning run, just run in general. I highly recommend listening to podcasts, especially like self-development podcasts. There is something about when you're running that helps you really be clear. And I don't know if this is in conjunction with my meditation practice or if this is just something that I felt all along and just now noticing. But I'm listening to Super Soul Sunday, good old Oprah, and she's talking to a Buddhist nun, and the Buddhist nun had said the game changer for her was everything is neutral. Just let that sink in for a second. Everything is neutral. It is our story. It is our past. It is our ancestral past that puts a feeling or an emotion or a story to whatever it is that we're encountering or experiencing. So for example, yesterday I went to a really great vegan sandwich spot in Oakland, and there are two brothers that run this spot, and one of the brothers, he gets really emotional, and if something doesn't go right, he blurts out like F this stupid shit, and he gets really upset for a moment. He walks away, and then he comes back, and then he handles business. And I recognized the energy of the people next to me that were feeling really uncomfortable, and recognizing within myself that I was also feeling uncomfortable. But I started exploring it, and I was like, why am I uncomfortable? Am I uncomfortable because they're uncomfortable? Is this an uncomfortable situation because he blurted out some curse words and he's not the normal, quote-unquote, customer service experience that we have here in the States? And so I started to chuckle because I was like, he's not hurting anyone. He's letting out his frustration. He's not directing it at anyone. He came back. He was nice after. And whatever's nice or good or whatever you want to label it as, the norm, quote-unquote, of good customer service. But that was just an emotion that I had that attached to his reaction. I was the one that created the story around his experience. That may not have been the experience that he had in himself. So I can take that information and either one, ask him like, hey, are you okay? That seems really frustrating. Or asking him how he just felt. Or two, just disregarding that was the story that I attached to, and just seeing it as neutral. I'm like, yeah, it's a frustrating thing to not have something work when you're working with a customer, and acknowledge that, and that's it. And not creating this overarching thing around it and attaching should or shouldn't or anything like that. So if we see everything as neutral and we detach ourselves from the story around it, or not detach ourselves, take even a step further, notice the story that we attach to it, notice the emotion that we attach to it, and start exploring, well, why do I feel this way? Why am I labeling this as such? And doing that, maybe allowing for us to have conversations with ourselves first before we then can engage in conversations with other people, might make things a little bit easier and a little bit more cohesive and harmonious. Food for thought. Thanks, Oprah, for Super Soul Sundays. So great. And thanks, Pachamama, for allowing me to have this run in the sun. And thank you for the sun, for the vitamin D and all the nutrients that you're giving me. And thanks to my body for allowing me to go on these runs. Thanks to my mind for being clear on the runs. And thanks to my heart for receiving the information and being able to share with you. Much love. Peace.